The most popular advice for entrepreneurs is to charge subscriptions, passive income, and predictable revenue. Sign me up. This is a terrible tip for your business. So today I will show you how to pick the right payment model for your business, how to retain customers, whether or not you should offer a free plan, and many more. So let's dive right into it. Let's start with the hottest one. Everybody wants to charge those subscriptions, but what if I told you that it's the main reason why you can't grow your startup? Imagine you have an amazing product and you decide to charge $10 a month for it. Let's say that you have 100 customers at the beginning of the month and you wake up with $1,000 in your bank account. But you might struggle to get more users, and at the beginning of the next month it's only $900. And at the beginning of the next month after that, it's only $800. You see the difference? That's called churn. I will put my Excel skills to better explain it to you. So take a look at this image. So I made this table. On the left side, we've got subscriptions and one-time payments on the right side. And somebody said that it's as hard to sell a $10 a month subscription as it is to sell a $100 one-time payment product. So let's compare those two. We will assume that we have a churn rate of 10%. That's from the example I just told you. And it's a pretty good rate, I must say. So in the first month, you will get $1,000. And if you have 100 customers for your one-time payment product, you will get a $10,000 check. That's amazing, right? And it will exceed the amount of revenue that you will earn from those 100 customers over the course of the next year, because as you see, the number drops rapidly, and if you don't get new customers every month, you are not going to cross that $10,000 mark. As you can see, the difference is huge, and that's only the top of the iceberg. It was really eye-opening the first time I saw that. Not to mention that people are much more likely to convert if they only have to pay for something once. I bet you're cautious whenever you sign up for a new subscription, just like I am and many other people are. A single payment is just much more appealing. Yeah, but what about maintenance costs? If I make $0 in the next 3 months, I'm going to go bankrupt. Well, if you're worrying about that, you made some fundamental mistakes. If you're exceeding 10% of margins just for maintenance, then I think you wrote some terrible code, or you might just need to rethink your tech stack. I made a video about those, so go watch it if you want. Anyway, single payments are amazing. As you've seen in the example, this is like the get-rich-quick scheme, but in a positive way. You get your money right away and you don't lose any customers over time. This is the most popular payment model for the most micro SaaS startups because they have very low running costs, which means they don't need to get money every month to pay for the maintenance. And this model really thrives in mobile apps. So I think everybody who owns an iPad heard of GoodNotes. It's just a simple note-taking app with folders slapped on, and everybody is using it. It's a huge success, and they made all of their money selling simple license fees as a one-time payment option. Another niche that blew up thanks to one-time payments are SaaS boilerplates. There are now thousands of them with any framework you can imagine, and that's just a private GitHub repo put behind a paywall, and all you do is charge a one-time fee and give users access to it. It's pretty damn good marketing if you ask me. But my app is going to be used heavily every single day, and I just can't get good enough margins with one-time payments. Subscriptions then? Well, as I mentioned earlier, people don't like monthly payments and they're going to quit over time. But there is a way to avoid those subscriptions, which can even help you make more money. But how? Well, have you ever been to a theme park before? Lots of them require you to buy some kind of coins or tokens, which you can later use to buy stuff at the park. This is a psychological trick. Introducing your own currency makes you spend money easier because you don't see the real dollar price tag on things and just the made up one. It's kinda shady, but it works. And it's often used in software apps and is much less shady than that. It's just called credits or pay for what you use. This is great because people don't feel pressured to use up all of their monthly limit in their subscription plan. So you can just put up digital price tags in your application and you will see that people are much more likely to buy those things in your app. So you can also package these credits in good, better, best format, just like you would in a subscription. And many popular AI wrappers use this format. So take a look at Photo AI, which charges a price per photo, but you can buy a bunch of photos at a lower price. Okay, but subscriptions, bro, subscriptions. Geez, fine, there is a purpose to subscriptions, but you should only use them in two situations. First, when it's too hard to calculate the usage using credits, if there is a lot of stuff going on, lots of stuff you have to track, and you just can't put one price tag per unit of something, then it's a good way to charge a subscription. And if you can't cover the cost using a single payment plan. And if you're selling to B2B, of course, that's a third option, let's say. So if you absolutely must use subscriptions, here are a few tips on how you can boost your conversion. You can either do the good, better, best and put up different limits, or see if you can get away with just one plan and offer it in monthly and yearly packages. So just drop the price for the yearly one, and you can also offer the yearly prices in the good, better, best one. But I think if you have too much plans, then it gets hard for the customer to pick the right one. So try to limit it as much as possible. And I think apps that only have one plan are doing really good because they, just have the customer absolutely focused on just one thing and they offer everything in that one plan. So simplify your pricing page, and if you're offering your service to businesses, then you can make another one for that specific case. All right, next issue, whenever you visit any kind of a subscription-based app, you're usually offered a free plan when you first sign up. And here's why it can be a bad idea to include it in your app. So let's go back to the Excel spreadsheet I made earlier. So let's say you get 100 free users and all they did was sign up with just their email and nothing else. Do you know how many will turn into paying customers? Only 3%. And with those 3%, you have to handle all of the other users that are using your product for free. And besides, there are much more benefits when it comes to paying users because they're usually much, much better. See, they are serious about your product and their feedback will be constructive and you will know what to focus on and what to fix and build next. It also gives you more motivation because you see more money coming in than coming out to pay for the usage of all those free guys. So if you're a huge company or planning to be a huge company with millions of dollars to burn, then sure, you can offer every single free plan you want. But if you're just building solo like me or you're a small team, I think you're better off without a free plan. Yeah, okay, but what about free trials maybe? Alright, free trials though, it's a bit harder to judge. This can hugely help the conversions if your users like what they're using for free and you promise to give them even more. Well, it's an amazing situation. But you need to make sure that you are going to be easily covering all of the costs because you are approaching the category of a free plan. My advice would be to generally keep the free trials really short, under 2 weeks, 7 days I think it's enough, it's a sweet spot. It gives your users enough time to try things out so that they can decide if they want to pay or not. If you give them too much time, this becomes more of a pain in the butt than an actual growth helper. So you might even get people emailing you with questions because they don't know how to use your software, or you might even get some complaints that it's not working as expected and they are not even paying you. So why should you even listen to them? Stick to paying users and listen to them first because these are the users that are paying for your rent. To filter all of those negative people out, just simply don't offer a free trial and don't offer a free plan and you'll be good. Now let's also quickly see how all these models and their different variations look like in Stripe, the most popular payment provider. So this is what you see every time you create a new product in Stripe. As you can see, you have two options here for a recurring and a one-off payment. We talked a lot about one-off payments in today's video. You just, put a price tag and don't worry about it anymore. And there's a bit more fun when it comes to recurring payments. So you can choose the billing period, always include a monthly and yearly plan. I think it's a good advice because you can earn a lot of money with the yearly plans. And let's also see more pricing options. And here you have the pricing models. You have a flat rate, which is a fixed price for a single unit or package, a packaged pricing for a group of units, tiered pricing, and usage-based pricing. And I went to the Stripe documentation to read more about this. And I asked our good friend ChatGPT to create a little summary because I think it's explained much better with our summary here. So let me show you the tables that we have here. So flat rate pricing. This is a standard subscription and the user pays a fixed fee regardless of their usage. They just have limits set to their different plan types. So simple monthly fee, a higher and the highest one, good, better, best, the best option to charge subscriptions. Now, tiered pricing, it's a bit more interesting. You have monthly fees up to some kind of a limit. So if you have, for example, up to 10 units, you can charge $1 per additional unit. And if you have more units, you can decrease the cost. And if you have even more units, you can decrease the cost even more. So as you see, if somebody uses 30 units, they fall to the tier 2 and they pay $25 for that additional unit price tag here. And if they use 120 units, they will pay $50 for the third tier with an average fee of, oh my god, something broke with the styling. So they would pay $55. This is a good approach in, I think, those AI wrappers, this tiered usage. It's quite, I think, popular. You also have another variation, which is usage-based pricing. And you have volume-based and graduated. It's similar to the tiered one, but you pay per unit and you have the unit ranges. So if somebody uses 40 units, that's 40 units at 1.5. So you have just the price per unit and you don't have the standard monthly fee and additional charges. You just have all the charges for the range. And the graduated usage, you just simply do first units for this price, and if there are more units, you do this price. So it's a variation of that previous one. So as you can see, you can easily go to the Stripe docs, read through all of this, and most of these are easy to implement because Stripe has an amazing documentation. And with that, I think you can add 5 years of Stripe experience to your resume, and you can go and give financial advice to some startups. I'm joking, of course. So if you want to build your own one and not help others, I recommend that you watch this video right here to learn how you can build your own startup with a SaaS boilerplate. I'll see you in the next one.